Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm on the test server. They're doing it. They're doing it. So what's going on? We have got some champion rebalances in this patch, which is going to be going live in 2 or 3 days, probably Thursday, I think. We've also got a change to the token trader. Can you believe it? It's happening. What else is going on here? That's kind of the main things, really. There's also some new badges that have come in and avatar frames and stuff. But the main things we want to talk about are the rebalances and the token trader. So who's in the mix for rebalances? Let's have a look. 2 champs, both legendary, both been around for a long time, actually. So this feels good. I wonder if I've got the updated versions or the original versions in here. Let's have a look. First one is a Void Legendary. Gergo, the Angor. Do I have the new ones? Let's see. So, Gergo, what's going on? Bone Chiller, which is his A2, removes all buffs from all enemies. So he used to remove 2 buffs. Now he's removing all buffs with a chance to freeze. And he gets an extra turn. This was already basically the same skill, but it's now all buffs. So this was already a good skill. It's been improved further. But small change, but a decent change, I think. We then got Avalanche. Now this was a single target, pretty decent hit. But because he needs so much accuracy and everything in his kit, it was like you couldn't really build him for damage, or he'd be super squishy, or he'd have low accuracy, all that type of stuff. So it was always quite awkward to use. They've changed it now to make him very viable, honestly. So he still is an accuracy dude. And they've said, well, instead of trying to make this, you know, a crazy amount of damage, but it still can be good damage, we're going to make him more effective. And now he's going to be an AoE, put out drop defense. By the way, I think this might only be like the 2nd legendary in the game that does this without books, but it is on a 4 turn. So yeah, I don't know. Like, you don't need to book him to get 100% chance to get decreased defense everywhere with this change. It's quite a massive change. And he's void as well, so there's no like weak affinity stuff going on. So AoE places decreased defense buff on all enemies for 2 turns. Places an extra hit if the target is under a freeze. So you get a double hit against people that are frozen already. So you could strip buffs, freeze, extra turn, place drop defense, get a double hit on an AoE. And his hit before was quite good. We'll have to do a test of this guy and see if he's now, firstly, a nuker, and also he's obviously a controller. So he's kind of like, if Polymorph's not out there, you guys are in a bit of trouble here. I do like the change a lot. He's way more viable now in tons of content, honestly. I'm not saying he's suddenly top tier or something. I'm just saying, like, for anyone who pulls him and like, Gergo, he's way more viable now for the average player. So anyway, we then go into his passive, and this is interesting as well. So his passive, I don't know if he had a passive before. Not sure. Let me check the website. Oh, so his passive before, 50% chance of placing a freeze on the attacker for 1 turn if this champion loses 20% of their max HP. Okay, yeah. So now what they've done is they've changed it to when hit by an enemy, 30% chance of placing a freeze, but also increases his damage inflicted by allies against enemies under freeze. So one of the big down kind of like things for freeze is once you've frozen them, you do less damage. And that's why people prefer stuns or other control. Because if you freeze someone and do less damage, it's like, well, I don't really want to hit for less. What he's saying is, don't worry, I've got your back. You're going to hit for more. And it kind of like counters out the negativity of it. So Gergo change, I think it's actually really solid. Really solid. Right. Let's look at the next one. This guy's actually one of the lowest rated dudes on the website for a legendary right now. So we've got War Chief is in the mix. Interesting with War Chief is he's so annoying to fight against in like waves of enemies, but he's kind of trash to have on your team. So War Chief, what's going on? So Brutal Force, I think that's his A1, is basically being changed now to attacks 1 enemy 3 times. Each hit, this is the change, each hit has got a chance to place provoke. And obviously you can build it up to 25, 35. It's okay. I mean, the change is okay. This is also new though. So each hit also heals this champion and the ally with the lowest HP by 3% of this champion's max HP. You get a little bit more going on down here. So he gets a bit of healing on his A1. And we got each hit, which makes the provoke a much higher chance to land on his A1. Marauder is still attacks one enemy. But we've got here, steals all buffs from the target now. And then places provoke on them for 3 turns. That's quite a massive change there. Also, this is new as well. Also, 50% chance of placing provoke on all other enemies for a turn. And that scales up to 75. So buff still on one, definitely provoke them, and then 75% chance of provoke everywhere else. Okay? Added this part as well. Then places a shield on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield equal to his defense. His defense base is very strong. Everything he scales from here is defense. So, pretty decent changes there. Okay, let's get to his passive, because his passive has been pretty wonky up until now. And this looks like a completely new passive. So, whenever an ally under a shield is hit by an enemy, heals that ally by 25% of the damage dealt to the shield. It's a bit weird to me when they do this kind of like, I'm healing you when you're under a shield, because it's kind of like, well, you have to have already taken damage before the shield went on. I guess it's okay, but it's a bit weird. You've then got increases this champion's defense by 10% for each enemy under provoke. So it becomes more like the tank he should be. Will also increase his defense by 5% for each enemy not under provoke. So irrelevant of what's going on, he's getting like an extra 20-odd% defense naturally. And it provokes out there on a bunch of people to go up to like 40-50% extra defense. Just checking out compared to his current form. As you see, his current form is like, yeah, good luck. This guy's absolute trash. So his current one is the Reflect passive, which just doesn't work. This is kind of cool as well for like Doom Tower ways, because this Reflect is nasty for us, but it's crap in terms of the mechanics of the game. So that's quite a good change, I think. Pretty decent change. Both of these, I think, make them way more relevant as champs. So that's a good sign. He's also getting an accuracy aura as well. Let me know what you think. Those 2 changes, do they come out of the vault for you? Definitely 2 champions that are in the vault for me. Okay, let's talk Token Trader then. Token Trader. Did they do what we all wanted? Is it all going to be a monthly rotation of the champions in there, the ability to lock one, epics come in the mix as well, you get tokens for burning epics as well? They're the things we need. Let's have a look. So, the reality of what's actually happened here. The 6 are the same. 2 new ones, which come in on a 6 monthly rotation. And the first 2 we're going to see will be Lanicus and Noble. Oh, man. I just feel like the opportunity was there. It was there to go way bigger on this. So much bigger. Bigger! Oh, so, yeah. So 2 dynamic slots. Dynamic. I don't know what sort of dynamism. I can't say that word. I don't know how dynamic 6 monthly is. I'll be honest with you. Monthly? If they were all on a 6 monthly, I could get it. Monthly, surely. 6 monthly is insane. That's so long. Half a year. Half a year before they rotate out. That's crazy to me. I know this is kind of like whale territory, but it is. I think it's an important part of the game that is still just so far from right with this change. Such a good chance to make this change awesome, and it's limped in. So it's going to be 3k, which is extremely expensive. It means you've got to burn 6 legendaries to pick one of these up. But that, for some players, by the way, is doable. Like, we're not all free-to-players out there. There's tons of people that have just got legendaries spilling over now at this point. Or legendaries they just don't care for. So it is a viable thing to get to 3k points. I do wish, though, they would put like a much smaller amount for epics. Even if it was like 20 points per an epic to make it more relevant to anybody eventually. I think that would be better. I mean, that's it. That's it. What an opportunity. What an opportunity. And I guess, I mean, it took them, don't know how long since this come in. Maybe 2 years to get this far. Maybe in another couple of years, we'll see the next evolution of this. Oh, Raid! What are you doing to us? Anyway, Noble empowers Ninja. If you want it. Lanicus, pretty okay. Probably in the same sort of grouping as these lot. Don't know. Just feels so lame. Anyway, there video, guys. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in the next one.